In LA this week, why the LADWP's turf removal rebate program may be falling short when it comes to water savings. The story coming up.
Ran over by a fighter aircraft.
And you lost your leg?
Not right away, but eventually through many surgeries and various infections.
Some of LA's war vets get to hit one out of the park at this Dodgers Veterans Day event. I'm Anna Marcos. We'll have that coming up.
I'm Rasha Goel. Up next, what these new trucks are doing for Angelenos and local public libraries.
Hello and welcome to LA This Week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Yana Kay. Well, more people are replacing their lawns with drought-resistant plants, and that's a good thing. But a new city audit reveals the DWP's turf removal rebate program isn't delivering as much bang for the buck as you'd think. Gil Reyes explains.
Turf rebates are quite frankly not the most cost-effective way to encourage savings.
City Controller Ron Galperin downplaying the hype surrounding the DWP's turf removal rebate program, billed as a cost-effective way to save water by replacing gardens with drought-tolerant landscaping. Last year, nearly $18 million in DWP incentives inspired people to sign up. Each dollar invested expected to save 350 gallons of water, according to the audit. But generating much greater yield in the battle to conserve are rebates for high-efficiency clothes washers and other appliances. Those rebates expected to yield 5 times the water savings of turf rebates, though they've received little hype. Over the past year, LA homeowners have ripped out their lawns in droves with help from businesses like Turf Terminators.
Now, that doesn't mean that they were useless. I'd say they had value as a gimmick. That is, a device intended to attract attention and publicity so that they probably spurred a heightened awareness. And that's an important thing. But it's the job of my office to look at return on investment.
In response, DWP General Manager Marcy Edwards calls the turf replacement program one of several tools to help people conserve. Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
City Controller Galperin is also calling on the utility to focus its conservation efforts on programs that save the most water and money. Well, LA's Hyperion water treatment plant already leads the nation with cutting-edge programs, like its conversion of waste into biosolids for composting or its water recycling program. And now it's about to recycle its own fuel and power. Anna Marcos explains.
The Hyperion water treatment plant's business may be waste, but how it treats the waste is about to make the environment a whole lot cleaner. City leaders broke ground on the new digester gas utilization project, or DIGUP for short.
The idea is simple. Take the byproducts of our waste system and turn them into the energy needed to power this plant. So use the very same waste that we're cleaning up to treat the waste itself.
We will make Hyperion a self-sustaining, self-reliant facility for all of its electrical needs.
The new DIGUP program will not only take Hyperion off the city's electric and power grid, it will reduce air pollution and greenhouse gases in the environment.
From a sustainability perspective, this project is the equivalent of pulling 15,000 cars off the road. There are sewage treatment plants throughout the United States that do not capture biogas, and that's methane going into the atmosphere.
So now, even going to the toilet can have environmental and economic payoffs.
Every single time in Los Angeles you flush the toilet from now on, it will be helping to reduce the city's power bill.
The $234 million project is set to be completed by the end of next year. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
DIGUP is a project from the Department of Public Works, Bureau of Engineering, and LA Sanitation. City leaders say they also plan to recycle 100% of Hyperion's treated water within the next 10 years. Well, the mayor hops on the 110 freeway without a driver controlling the wheel. Welcome to the future as new semi-autonomous vehicles hit the road. Gil Reyes was there for the mayor's historic journey.
I'm not nervous. I'm excited. It's I think I'll remember this day, like I was saying, the first time we ever had a laptop that didn't have cable connected to it, and we couldn't believe Wi-Fi was actually working. I think this will be one of those moments.
Mayor Eric Garcetti buckling up for his ride to the future, his first behind the wheel of a semi-autonomous vehicle. Oh, he'll have to drive this car on downtown surface streets on his way to a nearby auto show, but once on the freeway, he becomes Knight Rider. The Volvo XC90 drives all by itself on the highway. Built-in safeguards include radar to avoid collisions and cameras to read lane markings so he stays in his lane.
Maybe 10 years from now, we'll say that wasn't a big deal, but today it feels like a super big deal.
The Volvo XC90 is among the first semi-autonomous vehicles available for purchase here in the United States. Actually, sales of this vehicle began over the summer. Starting price, around $49,000. Next stop for the car industry, fully autonomous vehicles. Experts believe driverless cars could be available for purchase in the next 5 years or so. They're expected to speed up travel times by coordinating with other vehicles on the road and be especially convenient to children, the disabled, and the elderly who cannot drive. Tests for truly autonomous vehicles are now taking place.
It's already being done on closed campuses in places like Stanford University and elsewhere, but I'd love LA to be the first real city to have it on the streets.
But only when it's determined they are safe enough to test in LA. So for now, sit back and enjoy the ride on a semi-autonomous vehicle. In downtown LA, Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
The mayor says he's interested in testing fully autonomous vehicles around UCLA and Westwood and on bus lanes once they're available. Well, from self-driving cars to electric ones, and here in LA, it just got a little easier to find juice for them. Anita Bennett reports the zoo is the latest location to help charge up LA.
Over the past few years, as gas prices soared, so did the number of electric cars on the roads.
We're seeing electric cars finally reach the tipping point, and they're really starting to take off. And so many different manufacturers have them, and more people aren't picking just hybrids, but zero-emission vehicles.
That growing number of electric vehicles meant a growing demand for places to charge the cars. That's why the mayor's office and the LADWP are unveiling 7 new public charging stations at the LA Zoo.
It completes another piece of the mayor's sustainability plan for Los Angeles, and as the zoo director, we're proud to be part of that process and providing additional services to the citizens of Los Angeles.
While some may ask, why the LA Zoo? The answer is location.
This is an ideal location for chargers in the city of Los Angeles. It's the confluence of 2 major freeways. People can drop off the freeway and use the quick chargers, and they can do that for free.
The Zoo EV charging project, which took 5 months to complete, includes 1 fast charger and 6 level 2 charging stations.
Yep, so this one's a level 2. It charges at 240, so it can charge a car to full in 4 to 6 hours.
And Mayor Garcetti expects even more chargers soon.
Our goal is to get 1,000 publicly accessible chargers throughout Los Angeles, and we're already north of 700 just a year into that 2-year pledge. These are going to be at shopping centers, they're going to be at places like DWP headquarters, the zoo, the airport.
And the city pledges that those future charging stations will also be free for customers. I'm Anita Bennett for LA This Week.
Now you can find those new EV charging stations in the zoo's public parking lot. Well, LA Unified will soon be asking parents to indicate military service. As Gil Reyes reports, the psychological health of their children may be at stake.
The most recent polls show LA's South Bay has the largest concentration of military families in the LA Unified School District. And the campus with the most military brats, Leland Elementary in San Pedro, with more than 70 students in military households. Councilman Joe Buscaino, a Leland alumnus, recalls how difficult life could be for those kids.
I have friends here, and then in the middle of the school year had to leave because of mom or dad had another assignment. So what we're doing here today, this incredible partnership.
2, 3, 4. The city, LA Unified, and USC. They're collaborating on what's believed to be the most accurate count of local kids whose parents are in the military. Experts say these children change schools 7 times on average before graduating from high school. Because of the stress of constant movement, they may be more at risk of psychological harm.
Young children are more likely to have separation anxiety. Older children are more likely to act out, to have aggression, to have early usage of drugs or sexual behavior. So what we want to make sure is that we identify children
and deliver services like counselors and psychologists to students who need them. But first, military parents must check a box on their children's emergency medical forms during enrollment to indicate military service.
We want to know so that we can serve, because we know that you need our help and you need to access services, and we don't want you to be tied up in red tape. We want you to find whatever that need is.
Teachers and parents of Leland are also receiving these guidebooks to help them better cope with military brats who may not actually be brats, just misunderstood. In San Pedro, Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
Now, parents at all LA Unified schools will be able to indicate military service on their children's emergency forms starting this summer. Well, in a day where technology is taking over, the city looks for clever ways to encourage Angelenos to utilize resources at their local libraries. Rasha Goel has more from the Edendale Branch Library.
These young Angelenos are the first to get a glimpse of 3 new trucks that will be traveling across the city to deliver books. The library trucks are part of an initiative started by Councilmember Mitch O'Farrell to help promote library services while delivering goods.
Coming to your library is fun. There are more things to do than just read books. You can do research, you can do story time, and it's when you come to the library, it's not just a static, boring experience. It can be enjoyable.
Thanks to these trucks, you can actually order a book from one library to be delivered to another library close to your home for free. These trucks deliver 30,000 books and other materials across 73 libraries on a daily basis. The trucks are fuel efficient and adorned with colorful graphics that were specially designed by the Los Angeles Public Library.
Instead of having just boring yellow or white trucks, why not wrap them and why not use them as traveling billboards across the city, letting people know that not only do we have an incredible collection of books and DVDs and physical materials, but the library is also the place to look for a job. The library is also a place with story times. The library is also a place where you can check out an ebook or download an audiobook or even check out a movie.
The trucks travel 500 square miles Monday through Friday, ensuring library patrons have the materials they need. And for these young minds, it's a visual that's already spinning wheels in their heads.
People can know that there's a library here. They have people and it says library, and I'm excited because of that.
There's a whole new world of learning available to this generation, and I want to make sure that Angelenos have access to it.
It's a vehicle that's driving home a widespread message. I'm Rasha Goel for LA This Week.
Councilmember Mitch O'Farrell has been working on this initiative for 2 years. While staying safe in your home and community, that was the focus of a recent safety fair in Watts, where community members brushed up on some skills and also learned some new ones.
Oh, look at my feet. Oh, the electricity is going through my body, cooking me from the inside out.
This safety demonstration is showing how dangerous touching a downed power line can be. And these community members are getting an up-close and personal lesson from LADWP at how a power line works. At a nearby booth, Los Angeles firefighters are giving kids their own lesson on how to give hands-only CPR.
Now I know how to, if somebody's choking or non-responsive, I know how to save their life.
I feel like I'm going to be very prepared for when I'm in med school.
The demonstrations are all part of the first ever City Safety Fair held recently in Watts at Fire Station 65. Officials say the fire department responds to 1,200 incidents and transports 600 people to the hospital each day. LA Fire Chief Ralph Terrazas said the goal of the safety fair is to slash those numbers.
What we want to do is reduce the number of people we need to take to the hospital by keeping them safer.
A big part of the fair was bike safety, and kids learned everything from how to properly put on a helmet to staying in their designated lane. Officials from MySafeLA, the public education partner of the LAFD, say we aren't as safe as we think we are.
There's a lot of danger in and around schools for kids commuting. They need to be reminded about what those rules of the road are. They need to know that their helmet fits properly since they're growing all the time. So these are things that we regularly take for granted, and we really need to be reminded about certain safety aspects of our lives.
Councilmember Joe Buscaino also brushed up on his biking skills and got his blood pressure checked.
We're really pleased with the fire department's effort in being a more inclusive fire department, reaching out, establishing relationships with the community.
Folks also got a chance to sign up for free smoke alarm installations and learned about other safety measures, such as preventing pool drownings and the importance of having a safe baby seat in their car. Safety lessons officials say can make all the difference. Baseball, the national anthem, and the red, white, and blue tend to go together. And now LA Baseball is going the extra mile for its war vets as the LA Dodgers throw their doors open for Dodgers Veterans Day. Anna Marcos takes us there.
Time to batter up for LA's war vets as the Dodgers threw them an open house. The Dodgers Veterans Day batting practice boasted some big names in Dodger baseball, both past and present. But this day wasn't about the big names, but the big heroes who have given up much for the freedom we enjoy.
During evening flight ups, there was a miscommunication between me and some of the other handlers, and it led to me being ran over by a fighter aircraft.
And you lost your leg?
Not right away. Eventually, through many surgeries and various infections.
I'm here to tell them how much I appreciate what they've done for us. I spent 2 years in the Army. I was proud to represent the United States of America. And I'm sure each and every one of those veterans here are proud to be representing our country.
Al Downing, ex-Yankee, ex-Dodger, ex-Major Leaguer, was on hand with some great advice for the vets.
Relax, because no matter what you're doing in the field of sports or life or taking a test or anything, you have to relax in order to be able to execute properly.
About 300 vets and their families are here for the big event, but often it's the kids who are the most excited.
I'm really excited to go up and hit.
Are you good? Do you like baseball?
Yes, I do. I've been playing it ever since 2009.
And you've got your own mitt?
Yes.
And boy, this kid had a swing.
My daughter, she loves baseball. She's been playing T-ball ever since coming up, so she always begging me, Dad, take me to the game, take me to the game.
So it's important enough to skip school for her?
Yes, I give her that day off, yes.
I like it out of 10, I like it 10.
The pitching, the batting, the fielding, the picture taking, and the autographs, a day full of R&R for a group of patriots who don't often see much of it in their line of work.
Relax.
I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
Other Dodger alumni at the event included Bill Ashley and Roy Gleason. While Spanish language media is teaming with elected leaders for the largest local citizenship drive of its kind. As Gil Reyes reports, the goal is to naturalize nearly 1 million eligible residents throughout LA County.
Nicaraguan citizen Thelma Cuevas is finally taking the plunge. After nearly 30 years living in the United States, she and her husband are finally filing papers to become American citizens.
There is no more important issue than to get the immigrant community to be part of our community and part of our society.
At NALEO headquarters in downtown, immigrant rights groups announced the biggest citizenship drive of its kind in LA County history. The plan? To naturalize 755,000 green card holders. These are permanent U.S. residents who've been in the country for 5 years or more, who can now take steps to become U.S. citizens.
For every single new citizen, we see $1.17 more added to the economy for all of us. So our wages, those of us who are already citizens, go up when more people become citizens. We know what it means for voter turnout. We know what it means for your rights. You can actually run for things like mayor when you become a citizen.
LA Mayor Eric Garcetti says the city, county, and Spanish language media are teaming up for an advertising blitz to get the word out that the process is safe. The call center at NALEO has bilingual operators standing by to guide you through the citizenship process. Asian Pacific Islanders, Europeans, and other green card holders in LA County are also invited to dive right into the great American melting pot. But it all starts with a phone call. As you can see, operators here at NALEO headquarters waiting for your call Monday through Friday. Simply call the number at the bottom of your screen, 1-888-839-8682. In downtown LA, Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
La Piñon, Telemundo 52, and Univision 34 are just some of the local media outlets getting the word out. Well, Mayor Eric Garcetti honors student veterans, Wells Fargo helps those veterans get the services they need, and community members celebrate improvements of a hidden treasure near USC. All these stories and more in CityBeat. For the second year in a row, 9th District Councilman Curran Price recently held a staff appreciation luncheon at his district office on Central Avenue, honoring city employees and departments. Price said that he wanted to show his appreciation for all of his staff's hard work.
Each of these persons here has some role to play with improving the quality of life for us here in District 9. And we just want to say thank you.
A student veteran ceremony hosted by the Veterans Resource Center was held recently at LA Mission College in Sylmar. Mayor Eric Garcetti spoke at the event, which honored veterans. The theme was helping them achieve their educational goals. The mayor, who is a Navy veteran, said that jobs, education, and housing for veterans are top priorities, adding that since last January, the city has found housing for more than 4,000 homeless vets.
My promise to you as mayor, I won't just say thanks for your service, but if you need help with a job, with education, with finding housing, we are here to make sure that happens.
Mayor Garcetti also joined Wells Fargo recently to present a $50,000 grant to New Directions for Veterans, which provides homeless veterans with transitional housing services, along with mental health and substance abuse treatment, job training and placement, legal assistance, and financial education.
Together, I believe that we can restore hope for those who have protected our freedom. And today, that is what we celebrate.
And it's amazing the support our veterans are seeing today, especially from the mayor's office, putting that as a top priority.
Boyle Heights community members and city officials recently came out for ribbon cutting and celebration of upgrades at Ramona Gardens and Hazard Park, including a new jogging path and outdoor exercise equipment. The upgrades are part of $1 million in park improvements negotiated by Councilmember Jose Huizar with the University of Southern California. The basketball and tennis courts were also upgraded and a new toddler playground was installed.
We're glad for this little path they made, this bridge they made, the sidewalk that we could be able to walk around and exercise.
This park has had a lot of history and a lot of people care about it.
A little holiday cheer in LA's East Side as Councilmember Gil Cedillo passes out turkeys to the community. Ana Marcos brings us more from the Lincoln Heights Senior Center.
An orderly chaos as hundreds of Lincoln Heights residents line up for their free turkey, a holiday gift from Councilmember Gil Cedillo. This is the annual turkey drive at the Lincoln Heights Senior Center.
I cannot tell you how much I love coming here. This is my favorite event each year.
What else are you going to make with it?
Pozole and tamales.
Pozole, tamales, and turkey?
Yeah.
We want to spend with my daughter who lives in Rancho Cucamonga.
This is obviously a working class community of modest means, but giant hearts and great appreciation.
Gina Escamilla and her baby Luna joined the crowds in hopes of getting one of the holiday birds.
It'd be nice to have a turkey. I was thinking of getting a chicken, but it'd be nice to get a turkey. You know, for her, she loves, it's her first Thanksgiving too, so you want to make it special.
A total of 500 turkeys will help make these people's holiday this year. But if you just turn up hoping to get one, you're out of luck. You had to be pre-registered.
Escamilla and others who didn't register have to wait and hope that there are extra turkeys left.
Maybe in 30 minutes or 1 hour we had to wait.
So you might not get turkey.
Even if I do or don't get turkey, I'm still going to try my best to have a good Thanksgiving dinner.
Luckily, some people never show up to claim their registered turkeys, which means most of those here, from sleepy babies to hopeful grannies, will get their holiday bird after all. I'm Ana Marcos for LA This Week.
Well, Well, it's a sports competition that's been around for 31 years, with some players well into their 90s. Rich Samuels reports on lawn bowling.
Lawn bowling has roots that go back to 13th century England, and it's still a popular sport at Holmby Park in West LA.
Anybody can join, any age. Majority of the people are a little older because it's a sport that's social, outdoors, and low impact.
The object of the game is for your team, if you're bowling team, to get your bowls closest to the jack. The jack is the target bowl.
The Department of Recreation and Parks served as host recently for the Jocelyn Mixed Triples Tournament at Holmby Park, one of many competitions held internationally.
It's just a lovely, lovely sport. Nice people, and very, very friendly. And the nice thing about it is that you can go all year round.
With 17 clubs across the Southland, it seems that lawn bowling is destined to be around for another 700 years. From Holmby Park in West Los Angeles, this is Rich Samuels for LA This Week.
The competition is named after Marcellus Jocelyn, founder of the Jocelyn Foundation, a benefactor of many senior organizations, including lawn bowling clubs. While decorated sailboats and ships light up the LA waterfront, a unique market puts the spotlight on local artists, and grab your skates for a magical time on ice. All this in this week's Things to Do. Los Angeles Harbor sparkles with holiday lights during the free and festive 53rd Annual Holiday Afloat Parade. Officials and community leaders will take part in the parade as judges or passengers on approximately 60 boats parading along the LA waterfront. Participating vessels are of all shapes and sizes, including powerboats, sailboats, tall ships, and harbor working craft. There are several viewing locations affording spectators unencumbered views of the elaborately decorated boats and the opportunity for friends and family to join in the celebration, whether taking advantage of the many restaurants and clubs at Port SoCal or organizing an informal potluck. Check it out on Saturday, December 5th at 6 p.m. at the Port of Los Angeles. For more, visit portoflosangeles.org. Described as the largest Made in America shopping event in the country, the 8th annual Unique USA Holiday Market features clothes, accessories, and art pieces from a number of quality handmade brands. Check out local products and rub elbows with the different designers and artists showcasing their work. Take a break with locally made food, plus free drinks, snacks, and photo booth portraits. Free gift wrapping for the holiday season is also available, along with free DIY craft projects all weekend long. The market takes place on Saturday, December 5th and Sunday, December 6th at the California Market Center, located at 110 East 9th Street in downtown. For more, visit uniqueusa.com. The annual LA Kings Holiday Ice brings outdoor ice skating to LA Live's Microsoft Square. Skate around the dazzling Christmas tree that stands in the middle of this outdoor rink and take in an LED holiday light show on the huge screens around the plaza. For the perfect date night, book the supper and skating deal, which includes a prix-fixe dinner at a handful of LA Live restaurants. The ice rink is open through December 31st and located at 800 West Olympic Boulevard. For more info, visit lalive.com/events. And that's a look at some things to do. Well, that's going to do it for this edition. I'm Yana Kay, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thanks for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacitybeview.org. You can also follow and like us on Facebook. We'll see you back here next week for more of LA This Week.